Hello students, this is your plus 2 chemistry class and today we will start chapter electrochemistry. Electrochemistry, what is electrochemistry? It is that branch of chemistry which deals with the relationship between electrical energy and chemical energy, and it provides the basis for the commercial cells and batteries. So to study the relation between electrical energy and chemical energy is known as electrochemistry. So basically it is the study of a relation between chemical energy and electrical energy. Now electrochemical cells are mainly of two types: electrolytic cells and galvanic or voltaic cells. So first in this, what is electrolysis? Electrolysis is electric current that brings out chemical change, that is oxidation or reduction. When electric current is passed or that brings the chemical change is known as electrolysis. Electrolysis, it indicates that when we pass the electricity or electric current, like electrolysis of water. Electrolysis of water means when electricity is passed through, then it decomposes or it separates into its components hydrogen and oxygen, that is by oxidation and reduction. So that is known as electrolysis. And in other terms, it is in which electrical energy is converted into chemical energy. Again, so there is a relation between electrical energy and chemical energy is electrochemistry. And electrolysis means when they brings oxidation and reduction, or when electric current is passed and that brings the change. Now device in which the conversion takes place, that means that device in which the electrical energy is converted into chemical energy is known as the electrolytic cells. So electrolytic are those cells, or it is the device in which electrical energy is converted into chemical energy. Now mechanism for the electrolysis of electrolytes. First in this, inert electrodes, means two electrodes are there, जिन्हें हम कहते हैं कि cathode and anodes. So first are the inert electrodes. These electrodes do not participate in the process of electrolysis, or means these are present in the passive form, are known as the inert electrodes, which do not participate in the electrolysis. Next are the active electrodes, means which actually participates. Electrodes participates in the electrode process is known as the active electrodes. Like electrolysis of copper sulfate, in this active electrode is copper. Silver nitrate, in this active electrode is silver. Ferric sulfate, in this iron is the actually active electrodes. So mainly have two types. First one is inert electrodes which do not participate in the electrolysis process, and second are the active electrodes which actually participate in the electrolysis process, like electrolysis of copper sulfate. Now in this, with platinum electrodes or inert electrode. Inert electrode means this is the platinum electrode, जैसे हम कहते हैं कि means the catalyst. Platinum electrode means it actually do not participate in the electrolysis process. In the copper sulfate, it forms copper ions and sulfate ions, water, H ions and hydroxyl ions. Now at cathode, these two are the electrodes, cathode and anode. At cathode what happens? Copper ions is less, and then that for the H ions, so it copper ions, this will be deposited at the cathode and it gains two electrodes and it forms copper. At anode what happens ki hydroxyl ions have a lower discharge potential than sulfate ions. So hydroxyl ions, it forms water and oxygen and plus two electrons. These nascent oxygens, it combines to form a oxygen. So in this way electrolysis process takes place. Next are the conductors. Conductors are those which allow to pass electric current through them. These are of mainly two types: metallic and electrolytic conductors. Metallic conductors and electrolytic conductors. And electrolytic conductors, metallic conductors means which allow to pass electric current mainly through their electrons, and which do not allow to pass electricity through them are known as insulators. So metallic conductors are those in which electric current flows through the direct flow of electrons, like in case of aluminium, copper, silver, etc., other metals, in which electric current is passed with the help of or with the movement of electrons. Electrolytic conductors or ionic conductors, these are also known as ionic conductors, in which cations and anions act as current carriers, like in salts, acids and base. These are the ionic conductors or electrolytic conductors in which ions plays role for the or to pass the electric current. Now next is the resistance and resistivity. Resistance of a conductor is directly proportional to length and it is inversely proportional to the area of cross section. R is resistance directly proportional to L and is inversely proportional to area of cross section. And it is R is equal to rho upon L. It is a constant and it is a specific resistance, and it is also known as a resistivity. If length is 1 centimeter or A is 1 centimeter cube, then R is directly proportional to resistivity. It means resistivity is that electric current that is per unit length, and per unit area is known as a resistivity. So resistance in which that current flows, and it is directly proportional to length and is inversely proportional to area of a unit area of a cross section. Now types of conductance. Mainly first is molar conductance, and it is noted like this. And this is the conductance of an electrolyte solution containing 1 mole of electrolyte, in which 1 mole of electrolyte is present, is known as a molar conductance. And it is equal to K and V. Here K is specific conductance and V is the volume. If V volume is equal to 1000 upon M, M is the molarity, then it is equal to K into 1000 upon M. And from this we can molar conductance that we can calculate. Thank you.